Okay, so we start. Good morning, girls. I will introduce you to Educandos again. I made some changes, subtitles, and hopefully it will make the process of finding information in Educandos more friendly. I hope this is better for you. If not, we can change. So the other one, the other option was to have tabs, and the other one is there is another organization still. But as far as you can find information easily, I think this is a good way. So I already graded your participation in the forum. Remember, Giselle, I was explaining about this. You needed to upload your introduction to the forum and participate in the forum in order to earn the full grade. Yes? See, Giselle, did you get that? Okay, so that in regards the first, so I gave feedback also to your personal introductions and some formative feedback. Then I also checked this morning task document 1. I still need to see many more. Yes, I saw only some. Some of you uploaded, and I sent you a message that as much as you as much as you work and you send me the work, is better for you to have feedback, to organize your work along the semester. I have also thought that after Unit 1 is finished, I will check bitácoras, so as to make our lives easier towards the end, so as to see that you have completed the tasks. Yes, so you have task 1, I already gave you feedback, and you have task 2, which we are going to revise today. So you still have time to continue working on this one. Yes, for formative feedback, and you have the new forum. Remember, in this forum, yes, in this forum, you will need to make comments to your classmates for following forum rubrics, forum participation rubrics. Yes, do you remember them? We have mentioned, we have repeated them several times last semester. We will repeat again this semester. But I need you to follow the format for forum participation. And remember that you always find the documents here. Yes, as usual. And I will upload also, I will upload the forum example, the forum participation example. I thought I have, probably I uploaded before. I don't remember, but I will upload it again. So remember, you have that for today, yes, and with grades. So today we will revise together, and you have this whole week to continue working. Remember that each week you will have a new task. So we need to work constantly. And of course, you have every Monday, you have possibility to check your task, the previous task, comment, ask questions, or correct something, and upload your work. Okay, so let us check again. So check again Educandos. Check Educandos again. And let me know if there is something you cannot find. Okay, so we continue with the revision for today. So if you have any more questions about Educandos, and I will upload again the example that we had about forum comments from last year, in which you have when you comment about the topic. Remember, you will make a comment about the topic. You will make a suggestion and give your opinion, or give your opinion and make a suggestion. The order, yes. But all of those are requirements of your comments to your classmates, okay? We will revise that by the end, and I will upload that to week 3. Okay, so welcome again. Happy Easter. I hope you have had a nice weekend with your families, that you have eaten delicious food. You have worked as well a little. And that we are all thankful for having this opportunity and making new proposals for the semester. Okay, we will keep on working. So remember that every meeting is on Monday, 9:30. You receive the invitation Sunday afternoon or evening, and then you have the whole week, the week that is left to work on your tasks. So here, take information and agreements for every week. Yes, every week we write, I upload to Educandus everything we do together, the video, but also the PPT, which has lots of writings, things that we add, our discussions, and so it's more complete. Also the materials for the tasks. Always new materials. If there is, I will upload also an extra PPT for revision of the theories. So that will also be in materials. Also check the postings, the forums. If you have forums, and there are several forums, yes, you need to participate in them. And always work on your weekly tasks. Even if you don't finish, even if you have doubts, you come next Monday with something done and something to ask and correct your work. And the bitácoras. So start filling in your bitácoras, answering the revision, the reflection questions, so that you keep your bitácora updated. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, so you will check the forum participation model. Again, from which you can copy, yes, you can copy the language, the organization, the sentences to express your knowledge about this new topic. You change the topic, but the sentences, the expressions, the language is similar. So check the forum participation model and check a new PPT. It's a short PPT with revision on learning theories. Okay, those are new additions. Okay, now time for reflection. So, what have you been reflecting over the weekend, the week? So you had a new task, you had an old task. Some of you corrected the old tasks and uploaded them. That's great. I sent you my feedback. I congratulate you for your effort. Yes, we need to keep up that hard work. What have you reflected, yes, about the learning theories? What do you remember about them? Come on, anyone? You can participate in writing or in speaking. 3, yes, Catalina says there are 3 main, yes. And this, yes, and then we have, yes, subsidiary theories. So there are 3 main. 3 main theories, learning theories. They also create paradigms, paradigmas, so models of learning. So we follow these models of learning because they indicate how people learn. We said that, yes, they show us the way of learning. And there are subsidiaries, there are subsidiary theories, especially constructivism, because we have social constructivism, and which is the most popular, but there are others. And they follow the pattern of the main theory. Which are these? Okay, anyone? Phoebe, are you awake? Behaviorist, yes, okay. Catalina?
Yeah.
Participating. Phoebe? So we have behaviorism.
Constructivism
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
cognitivism.
yes, cognitivism. Yes, there is no clear cut, but constructivism is the newest, it's still in process. Okay. And why are they important, Phoebe? Why do we study them? Why do we bother to read about them? Why do you think? Why are they important?
Because teaches the way someone learn, and it's important to understand the learning process.
They help us understand them. Yes, they help us understand people's learning process, people's learning process, how people understand, and how people understand what they learn. New information or what they new information or what they are taught. Okay, because we teach, sometimes we need to ask ourselves, how are our students receiving this information? I can see whenever we make connections and we discuss among ourselves, oh, you have understood this, or you remember such a thing. You make this connection, so it is good. Now I am going to send Phoebe a new case study. Phoebe, I have it here. Okay, Phoebe. I will send Phoebe a new case study by WhatsApp, and you will be able to discuss again. I will let you some time, don't you worry. And remember this case study in which we needed the vocabulary for Thanksgiving. So we did this, but we didn't have time to read this case study, so we will read it now. And remember that Thanksgiving is a festivity in the United States, celebrated on the third Thursday of November. So it's a very big festivity, even bigger than Christmas, in which North Americans celebrate the first year of pilgrims, of settlers that survived 1 year in the New World, facing lots of dangers and a hostile climate, let us say. And they survived. One of the things was because they learned to eat food that they found in the New World. So they eat, for this festivity, they eat this traditional food, something that the English that came from England did not have in England. So they learned to eat new food, learn to deal with new peoples that they found there, Native Americans that lived in the territory. And they needed to survive cold weather, a hostile environment, but they did survive, and they celebrate this with Thanksgiving. So they give thanks for having survived this new world. Okay, so there is a teacher who uses this idea of Thanksgiving, which is so popular with children. Remember that we are always trying to make connections to what our students know. Remember that students have previous knowledge. It's not that they do not know anything, yes? So this is what the teacher does with this case study. Okay, so in preparation, I will send it to Phoebe, and so Phoebe shares it with you, and you can read. Okay, so this case study is completely different from last week's, so I want to listen to you. So this is a case study, Mrs. Henry, and a math class during Thanksgiving, the period of Thanksgiving. Okay, so I listen to you. What did you reflect? Which theory can you recognize in the case study implicitly? Yes. How did you reflect about it?
I think that it's all about cognitive perception. I think so. It's my opinion. I don't know if my other classmates think
yes.
another thing.
What,
Krishna? I think
yes. Tell us your opinion. Yes.
I think that it's about cognitive perception. Cognitivism. I don't know.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Why did you get to this conclusion?
Because Tom, I guess. Well, first, all of the students are lost in the class, and Tom was the only one that think a lot about everything that the teacher was saying, and I think that
yes.
Ya me perdí.
What does he do? What does Tom do with his thinking and this process? What does he do? He relates. He makes connections on the one hand.
Yes.
Yes.
His experience.
Yes, so he focuses a lot on his experience. Yes, exactly. But what is the teacher? Okay, the teacher is trying to make them think, connect. Yes, connect to something they know, to previous knowledge about Thanksgiving and the ship, and they know the story of these people coming from England in this ship. And she establishes a problem-solving situation. And you have read about some activities, yes, that you can develop at school, such that it can be a project or a problem-based situation. And of course, cognitivism is, I agree with Krishna a lot. Of course, you need to make connections, look at the shape, think of a real shape, and make these connections. Of course, the shape is big. So they make all of these connections with their knowledge, probably with a shape they can see also in the classroom, reality and a drawing. And what else do the children do? Phoebe, what else do they do? And they connect to what?
They don't know about the size,
The size, yes, the size.
So they don't know how to answer their teacher about the ship.
About the ship, yes, but they know the ship is big, so they connect to their previous knowledge, to something they saw probably in a video or a picture. And then Tom has a clue about what, and Krishna said, his own experience, yes? And remember that they are measured in feet. So in the United States, the measurements are 3 feet, something 4 feet, something 5 feet, something. That means it's a different measurement system from us. But what else? What is the teacher also trying to do with the children? Are they working alone, each one making their own connections and reflections, or what are they doing? Also, what you were doing with your classmates, with your peers. What were you trying to do? Come on. About knowledge. No one has the absolute knowledge here. Yes, nobody knows, only the teacher. But the children who have a problem to solve do not have all the knowledge. So what do they do then? It is very much like a puzzle. Do you remember the image of the puzzle? A puzzle. Very much like a puzzle. What do they do? Tom brings this, and then what do they do with the problem? They try to come on. What is the idea of the puzzle?
I don't understand the question, teacher. Sorry.
Yes, yes. So they don't know everything. Yes, the children don't have the complete information. So each person has probably a piece of information. Tom brings this idea. Probably then the conversation continues. Another child has another idea. So what do they do? It resembles a lot the image of a puzzle. What do you do? What is a teacher try? So she wants them to solve a problem. But what are they doing together?
Relate.
Yes.
To remember their experience.
Yes, exactly. So they are bringing their experiences of what they remember, of what they know. So what are they doing all together in this classroom? Connecting to the idea, the historical idea of the sheep and the pilgrims that came from England. So, and Thanksgiving, what are they trying to do? Make connections for sure. This one is okay. And what else? So the children are trying to solve a problem. Yes. By doing what?
But the children participate after the Tom
Yes,
spoke.
by participating, yes. Yes. Bringing up to that moment, they are thinking. They're thinking this, what Krishna says. They are making connections. Probably is because of the E letter, and they have all this process. So they are applying cognitivism. What do we know? What do we remember? Long, short-term memory. Okay, so they're making all this process. That's mental, cognitive. And what else are they, the teacher, but what is the teacher trying for them to do finally? Bringing up, so they are participating with their experiences, their memories. To solve a problem, yes. So what are they going to do in the end? They're going to put the puzzle together, yes? What are they doing? The ultimate, do they know the answer? Do they know the answer, or they have to elaborate that answer. Elaborate.
Elaborate the answer.
Elaborate the answer. Or another wonderful word we saw, construct the knowledge with the help of everyone. So Tom has like gives the first datum that is important here to start building, but they need to build up knowledge. The teacher is not going to tell them the ship is such and such a measure. Yes, it's 35 feet, I don't know, 50 feet, I don't know how many feet, yes, or meters. The teacher is not going to give them the answer. They have to build it with clues, with help from the teacher and the knowledge of the different participants. So is this probably an ultimate example of constructivism, do you think? An exercise? Yes, in which, and you might use this with your students a lot as well. So giving them clues, how, so that they bring up all their knowledge, their previous knowledge, experiences, and so that they are able to get to the answer without receiving it from the teacher or from looking up in the book. So they are reasoning, and they pass through different stages. And one of the stages, Krishna was all right in saying, was connect to previous knowledge and make this process by means of cognitivism, so that they could understand the ideas. Okay, so in relationship to the learning theories, now this task needs to be finished for all of you, because we have been revising a lot. We connect this to methods of teaching, yes, English as a second or foreign language, and these were the 3 methods, and you received by email the division among all of you, which each one was going to investigate. So this is again putting together a puzzle. Yes, each of you will have some information about the different methods, and that's why you received via email questions. Yes, and some of you are student A and some of you are student B. Who are student A? What happened here? I'm sure. Ask questions. Yes. Ask questions to your classmates. Yes. So some of you received an email by me saying you are student A. Okay, girls, did you receive an email for student A?
I'm checking.
Okay, and some others, another of you are student B.
I have B.
Okay. Vanessa is B, and some of you is A. Who is A? Javiera.
B.
Catalina is B, okay. So that you ask and answer questions. Some of you is Javiera, are you A? By any chance? Is Javiera here?
Our PC is turned off.
Okay. So Phoebe, okay, Phoebe, I will let you know, and I can send you. Okay, Vanessa is B. Paola, are you A by any chance? And we will ask some questions to our classmates, asking, yes, what did they read about in these different methods? So Phoebe, I will send it to you. Okay. Okay. So Giselle is B, Phoebe, you're B, but Phoebe, I was, yes, Javiera is A, but Javiera is not here. So Phoebe, can you do A, please?
Okay.
Yes, anyway, the questions are the same. It's only about different, just for you to have something. But who would like to ask first, Krishna or Phoebe? Phoebe, can you start asking Vanessa, please, your questions?
Okay.
Mhm.
How do you conceptualize
Yes,
to approach you read about?
yes. So Vanessa, how do you conceptualize your approach? Which was the approach first? Vanessa? Are you there?
I'm here, but I don't know how to answer the question.
Which is the approach, Vanessa? I read about
Yeah,
what? Which was your method, your approach? Yes.
about the reading of our work.
Your work, I gave you a method. Do you remember? It was active learning.
Case?
No, it was active learning, content and language integrated learning, or task-based. Do you remember?
Yeah, I have active learning.
About active learning. Yes, active learning. And what is active learning about? Basically, it is about something similar.
It's about to be active. I mean, it's not the teacher in front of the student. It's not like that. It is the teacher give them the tools to the students can create something, work together, be active like the name.
Actively in class, yes. So it's not the students are listening, but they are doing something actively. Yes, producing something. Excellent. Excellent, Vanessa. A question for Phoebe now. Vanessa will ask a question for Phoebe. Yes, or about her approach, her method. So
what is the purpose of the approach you read about?
The purpose. Yes, okay. So Phoebe answers. Phoebe, you read about?
I'm lost about what? What task?
It's the number 2, task document 2, Phoebe. It's about active learning, content and language integrated learning, task-based.
I didn't do it, sorry.
Oh, Phoebe, we are a week behind. You didn't read any? Okay, so anyone who read a number, who read Paola or Catalina? So that people different people participate. Okay, Catalina, you can write. Okay, in the chat, Catalina. Okay, Catalina is a little bit absent at this moment. Okay, Krishna. Are you there, Krishna? So what did you read about?
Teacher, I'm truly sorry, but as I am lost.
Okay, you're lost. Okay, okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay, it's okay. So, girls, let us go back. Okay, so we catch up again with the presentation. And we will complete just 1 or 2 questions for you to know which is the information you need to look up in your different methods. Okay. So Catalina, for example, has a set of questions. It doesn't matter, Catalina, but we will ask. So Vanessa answered this question. I read about active learning. And it is about students who work actively in class and participate in activities. They do things, okay? They do things and they progress in that way. So now, Catalina, what do you think? What is, so Vanessa can ask a question to Catalina, yes, and we will complete that. So Catalina, let us ask another question, Vanessa. For example, the role
¿De
of
la
the
guía?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's about the role. Yes, okay, Vanessa. No, Catalina. So Vanessa asks you about the teacher. What does the teacher do in this method? Yes?
Okay.
Catalina answers. So what is the role of the teacher, Catalina, in active learning?
Is
The teacher?
the role of the teacher is giving them the interactive and didactic tools or activities
Is
for develop
offers,
for develop their creativity
interactive
and imagination.
To students to develop creativity and imagination. Yes. And imagination, yes. And content as well, and also guides them to develop a certain kind of content. Excellent. So every method, yes, every one of these methods has different aspects, yes? And so the teacher has a position, an attitude to take in the class. The students are also required to do something specific, yes? That's why I am asking you these questions. And for example, Vanessa, if we had to say about the students in active learning, what do the students do in active learning? The students?
Participate active.
Yes, actively. Yes, excellent. Participate actively. Actively. So they discuss, they read, eventually, as you were reading the case study, they discuss, they exchange ideas, they try to sometimes solve a problem, yes, or answer a question, or just organize something. Yes, excellent. So very easily, yes, girls, try to look for these areas, and you have them in the task. In task 2, you have the concept of the approach, the purpose, why, yes, because you want students to communicate, to exchange ideas, to do what do they do with the language, the role of the teacher and the role of the student. But you will also look for other areas, like, for example, which activities, yes? And for example, you can think by what you listen, for example, Krishna or Phoebe, even if you didn't read deeply, which kind of activities can you do in active learning? Just give me an example from what you listen to from your classmates. Which kind of activities? If the students work actively, develop creativity, do things, yes, or participate, exchange with classmates. What kind of activities do you think active learning includes? For example.
Kind of activities.
Yes, which kind of activities? Anyone, Krishna, Phoebe, Giselle, what do you think? De lo que escucharon, ¿qué clase de actividad? So we know
maybe activity on playground.
Yes, playground activities. Yes, exactly, activity. Or we can say what is not included in active learning. Probably it is easier to think that. Debate, yes, Vanessa, excellent. Debate is another good activity because you exchange, you do something. Debate, yes. And what is not included, for example?
The tradition table list. teaching? I mean,
yes.
dictation, right?
Yes, exactly. Traditional type of learning. Yes. Learning. Excellent. Traditional. Yes. Traditional type of learning. For example, dictation. Yes. Dictation. What else is not included?
A conference when teacher just show the contents, but
yes, exactly.
students don't talk, don't participate.
Yes, listening to the teacher. Yes, exactly. So this is not allowed here either. So in some occasions you listen to me, but in other occasions you need to speak. So I need you to be able to participate. Yes. And so that's active learning. Active learning does not come from nothingness. It means you need to do something. You need to activate your previous knowledge, your experiences as well. Yes, and do something, develop your creativity. Yes, and be active, be connected. It's not that you're sitting there just listening. All right. And so you don't only listen to you listen to the teacher, of course, but it's not the only thing you do. You participate actively. Okay, and therefore, in that way, you're going to find, by focusing on these aspects, you will find the information easily in your readings. Yes, do we agree? See, yes, exactly, Catalina conferences. Girls, do you follow the idea? ¿Estamos claros?
Sorry, teacher, no, I didn't understand.
Pay attention that when you read about the methods, what you are paying attention is what do you do with all of these aspects? Yes, so it is easier to concentrate on important information. Is it clearer now?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. So for example, in active learning, if we say active learning, students participate actively. Yes, students do things. They're not sitting quietly. Yes, they're doing something. Okay, then we need to complete other aspects. For example, the kind of activities. And the girl said, for example, learning with children. Yes, active learning implies playing in the playground. Yes, or sitting to read in the reading corner. Remember that video we watched with flexible learning environments? Do you remember that video in which the children could sit down in a corner and read and exchange with students? Yes. They can debate, of course, because that means to do something, look for information and discuss with classmates, for example. Then you also talk about the language. We talked about the language a little bit. Phoebe said something. Yes, language is used to learn something new. Yes, to learn something new. Language is used to learn something new, or yes, discuss about information in general. Okay. And the elements, if we include certain elements, remember, for example, those classrooms we saw in which students have puzzles, for example, puzzles on the table, and they're all the time playing or trying to put something together. If active learning involves some elements, what do you think they could be? Just because of what you heard. Bring your experiences together. What can be an element of active learning? Imagine classes in which students are doing things. We just gave an example, books, for example.
Videos.
Videos. Yes,
Games.
exactly. Games, puzzles, or other board games or table games. Excellent. So you could include these elements to activate these processes in your students and keep them active. Yes, keep them active in producing, in being creative, as the girl said, proactive. Yes, imaginative. Okay. Excellent, girls. Excellent. So as you see, it's not that we need to read 10 hours a day, but a little bit when we read, we can exchange ideas and we can build on those ideas. Okay, is that clear? Clearer now? Next step. No, this is not the one. This one, okay. So, after reading and watching, yes, you have a question. You can also do in pairs. How would you implement the approach you learned in an English class in a school in the Linares area? So how would you do this in Linares? Yes, any of these methods. How would you apply a CLIL or active learning with the resources you know you have in these schools? The same as we were thinking with literature last year. How can we implement that with our students here in Linares? Okay, so you do this in pairs as well. So think with someone. So Catalina and Vanessa, for example, we thought we can do this. Yes, Catalina.
¿Hasta cuándo es? ¿Cuándo se entrega esta actividad? Porque a nosotros nos falta una parte, pero
Sí,
igual
sí,
no
por
sabemos
eso.
cuándo.
Exacto, pero, o sea, es para el lunes siguiente, o sea, es para este lunes. Se pueden hacerlo. Igualmente yo voy a seguir revisando toda la semana para darle feedback. Yes? Y la semana que viene ya discutimos el final. Okay, porque tenemos que hacer otro. Okay, so. And the final element, Catalina explains very well, is the graphic organizer. Yes, Catalina? Then the last part of the task included, a graphic organizer. So you needed to choose a graphic organizer. So I gave you a page with lots of graphic organizers to choose from. Entonces tiene muchos graphic organizers. Yes, you need to choose. Okay, do you follow that? I cannot share. Sorry about that. I'm trying to share, but I can't. Okay, it is here. Okay, so in the last, so you answer the questions, preparing, then you have the resources. Then you look for all of these areas that we have been discussing, and here you will choose a graphic organizer. So how do I show this information? Yes, so I check the website. So how can you, which graphic organizers have you found in the website? There are many graphic organizers. Have you seen anyone that you like the most? Girls, Catalina, did you see any graphic organizer that is the best for you? One example.
Nos costó al principio, o sea, vimos el documento donde salían los graphic organizers, pero hasta el momento vamos a hacer un mapa mental. Porque, por ejemplo, en el número 3, en el número 3 de la hojita.
In number 3, yes.
3.
Yes.
Can you up at number 3, please?
Number 3, yes, it is here.
No, en el PDF donde salía ese low graphic organizer. El número 3 donde salía.
Ah, 3. Ah, okay. The graphic organizer, not the task. I think one possibility is the spider web, which is always a good option. Always a good option, but not the only one. This one. Number 3. Okay, number 3 is here. Number 3.
Esa como que igual pensamos en hacer la visión del active learning con el passive learning o el traditional learning. Pero como no aparece tanto, encontramos como que...
No, but better we do something like this. So a concept map. What is this? Active learning is such and such. Okay? The main concept. Yes, examples. Okay, activities you can do. Teachers, students, language. Yes, perfect.
Pero ¿qué significa what is like? O sea, ¿qué se debe poner ahí arribita? What is it like? Ahí como que igual nos confundimos.
The characteristics. Or if you're describing something, it is for different things. Yes, it is for different topics. But if you're describing something, then you put it here. In this case, you're describing the method. So here you write all the characteristics of the method. Yes? Okay. All right. One second. Okay, sorry, a distraction. Okay, so perfect. That is one. This is, for example, what I learned, what I already know, for example, is another way of organizing information. But this one, even if we also use this one, is useful because here you write main concept, here all the aspects, yes? So that the role of the teacher, the role of the student, the activities, the language, yes? So you can adapt as well. Do you follow? Do you follow this? Girls?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So for everyone then, we will catch up, yes, by the, all right. That in regards, sorry, I need to go back. So that in regards the task from last week. You have still time today to finish. Start reading, keep advancing, and even if you have a draft, un borrador, subirla para, you can upload it for feedback, yes, to have feedback. And the final question is the question I was showing you. How would you use this method, apply this method in a school in Linares? Is that clear? Carlos? Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So you need to read. Always, I repeat this, read and try to bring some information for the following class because we finish, we revise, you finish and you can finish that task. Yes, and keep going forward. Okay, so for today, we are going to begin with something. I will just present this new task. I will explain next Monday. But what I need you to think here is about the conditions to learn a foreign language. And do you remember that video that we saw with the different environments? Do you remember that video? With the students sitting in the corner, on the couch, on the floor, on the bed. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. So remember that the title of the module is creating. Which is the name of the module?
Creation of an environment.
Creating an environment, yes. An English environment in English. So that students can read, can learn, yes. But first of all, before reading, they can learn English, yes, an approach for a foreign language, in this case, English. But this is something that also in regards standards, you need to be able to do. So Phoebe, can you read standard 5, please? Anyone can read standard 5? Can you listen?
Teacher.
Yes.
Are you sharing something?
Yes, the PowerPoint, but probably I am not sharing. Okay. Sorry about that. Yes. So I was showing about this new learning outcome. Phoebe, about interpreting the main conditions to learn a foreign language. And remember that we saw a video about creating an environment in the classroom for learning a new language. Yes. So this is related to standard 5. Can you see standard 5? Can you read?
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Vanessa. Which is standard 5? ¿Está preparado?
¿En español?
Yes, in Spanish, yeah.
Está preparado para gestionar la clase y crear un ambiente apropiado para el aprendizaje según contextos.
Yes, exactly. So we need to develop a standard 5 also in English and in every other subject in the elementary school. So that is why I want you to observe this to keep you thinking, yes, these environments and reflect on what you see. Yes, so which kind of environments can you see here? Anyone?
Really
Baby?
motivate.
Motivate, yes. So what can you see? Which one do you like to describe?
Oh, the third.
The third one, with posters.
The third
here.
one.
This
And
one.
have a theater.
A theater, yes, here for puppets.
Yes.
Puppet theater, yes. And what else can you see there?
I don't know.
What can you see on the wall? Look at the wall.
Animals.
Posters, yes, posters with
posters,
animals, yes.
And think, how can I say techo?
This is the roof.
Roof?
The roof, things, yes, hanging from the roof. Different elements. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And you have lots of other elements like games, probably toys, posters on the wall with referring to different kind of vocabulary. Okay, so these posters try to bring you an idea on how you can create an environment for learning English. Yes, because this can also be for learning another language, but you need to prepare, this is written in English here, Discovery Corner, written in English, so that you expose your students constantly to the language they're learning. Exactly. Excellent, Phoebe. Another one, do you hear, for example, the teacher and the students on the tables? What can you say about that environment? Any one of you? Vanessa, any idea?
I'm sorry, can you repeat, please?
Yes, in this photo with the teacher and the students at the tables. What can you say about this environment?
A little bit old. I mean, it's like tradition type of teaching.
Traditional? Very traditional. Not in my time. Not traditional in my time. Children are working. How do you think they're working here?
In guide, yeah.
With a guided, yes, with guided, yes, probably more guided, yes, worksheets, yes.
But they looks like focus or boring. I don't know.
Yes, they're working, yes, focus. But they don't work in the traditional setting that you see in all, that you used to see in all schools, yes? So here they are around a table, they can exchange ideas. So this is rather new, quite new, not altogether new, but in my elementary school, in the last grades, we started working also in groups. So it's another way of creating an environment, how you organize the children, and also physically, yes, physical environment, and also what surrounds them. Also, we can see here the posters, the words, the word, the word walls, yes, with a specific vocabulary and other things. And in this one, this is a more relaxed environment. What can you say about the first photo here? Any one of you?
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
What can you say? What can you see in the first photo here? This environment, the first one, with the kids on the floor. It's another kind of environment.
Yes.
Like that one.
Huh? What can you say of this one?
How many things, toys and books in the wall and working in the floor?
On the floor, yes, exactly. So this is different from this one. Vanessa said this was more traditional. Yes, you're sitting on a chair. Here, students are standing up or on chairs or on the floor. So it's really flexible, really flexible. So it's another environment in which children can learn. And finally, this last one is more, it's very specific. It is about surrounding children with. Yes, Krishna likes the environment. Yeah, I do too. Yes. The first one is very, it is also somewhere else here, I think. We have the corner here. What do we have in this corner? Very easy. What can you see?
Books.
Books.
Many books.
Excellent, books. Exactly. And so all of these different types of environment are useful when we think of how to help our students learn something, in this case, language, yes, and in this case, English. So I need you to reflect. I want to finish the class today by thinking that, that all of these topics connect to each other, yes? So we started thinking of the learning theories, then we also thought about the methods, and now we will think of environments. That environments are not only physical, but also emotional. Yes, so that is why I had these questions for you. We're going to revise them next week, do not worry. But I want you to start thinking that you need to think of how you create an environment to support English learning, and also a physical and an emotional environment. And what do you think of the emotional environment here? How do the kids work? Sitting or standing is a physical position, but what about their feelings? Sus sentimientos.
I think that they feel good because they doing what they want to do.
Exactly, they feel relaxed. Yes, Vanessa. Well, they have, yes, they want, well, sometimes they have to do something like the teacher here, but they don't seem to be stressed. Yes. Sometimes at school you have to do something that is more, we can say less creative sometimes. But the fact is that you don't feel stressed or tense or that you cannot learn something or anxious. Yeah, so this is also to create an emotional setting in which you can learn, do some task, but still feel you can learn without anxiety, without pressure, yes, without fear. Of course, here at university, we need to establish deadlines. Yes, that's why I press you a little bit to finish the tasks, just because we need to keep going, but it's not to create anxiety. On the contrary, it is so that we can learn more. Okay, so I keep you with these ideas for you to think how to create an environment. Yes, we will prepare another presentation. I will catch up with this next class. Okay, so here, what did we learn today? What did we revise? Remember that every class we round up.
Recognize
yes.
of a better way the learning theories. Yes. Through examples, cases.
Case study, yes. We recognize the learning theories better through
through
examples and case studies. Case studies. Okay. What else did I learn today? We discussed sorry, about which method?
Active learning.
We discussed about active learning. Excellent. Active learning as a method to be applied for teaching in general, to apply for teaching, but also for teaching English, for teaching in general, of course, yes, and in particular in English, particular to teach English. English, therefore, we need to think specifically what would we do with English when we teach through active learning, and the same with the other methods, yes, because they can be applied really to teach in different areas, yes, no, but with English, we need to think specifically. Yes, what else? What are you pointing out? We reflected. Sorry. We reflected on. What did we reflect now at the end? ¿Qué reflexionamos al final?
Tipo de ambiente, type of environment.
On types of environments, yes, of environments for learning. Yes, in general, but also for learning English, for learning in general, and for learning English in particular, because they will need to have specific characteristics, yes, for learning English in particular. So keep on thinking for next class, keep on thinking, we need to think more about physical environment and emotional environment. And emotional. All right. Okay, so that in times for reflection, and in order to revise for next class, yes, on the 12th of April, it's next Monday. So check materials to accomplish tasks 1 and 2. They need to be finished, yes?
Okay.
And uploaded to Educandos for feedback, okay? Follow the class again, follow the class again, the examples in the video so that you can recollect and know what we were doing. And you will check again the email that I will resend you with your method for task 2. So please check that again. Remember to participate in the forum. Yes, the first forum is okay. I already gave you some grades, but some of you need to improve that. So remember, you need to participate in the second forum, which is related to methods. Once you have finished, you finish your task, you will be able to participate there and upload the tasks. Yes, the forums, especially forum 2. You upload, for example, the graphic organizer we saw. Yes, we upload it and we come so the students, classmates can comment. Yes, and then we comment on our classmates. Do we follow that? Do you understand that, girls?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Especially, okay, remember to upload tasks for formative feedback. Is here, yes, task 1 and 2. I already gave feedback on task 1. Be ready to discuss your summary. So I need you to bring these tasks finished. Number 2 needs to be finished next class because we need to discuss the graphic organizers. Yes, and your summaries as we did today. So you explain, yes, what is this method? What does this method refer to in regards language, participation of students, yes, role of the teacher, role of the student. And always, this is always, yes, always you need to have something. Or I read this, I didn't understand, but we discussed together, yes? So that we have something, so that we can clarify an idea and probably revise the work. But always you need to bring something to class to keep going, yes? And the Vitacoras, of course. Whenever the task is finished, you copy to the Vitacora and do the reflection. Also, in regards to the forum, I will upload, remember to check the example to comment on your classmates. Remember to check, I will upload this week, to check the forum comment example. Comment to classmates. To comment on classmates. Sorry, posts. Okay. So I will copy this to educandos and please keep working. Keep working. I cannot stress it enough. Okay, every week is has something to do, something to read, yes, something to comment, something to share with your students, with your classmates, even if it is a doubt. I didn't understand active learning. Okay, you understood something, bring it to the classroom so that we can build on that knowledge and everyone can help with information. Are we clear, girls?
Yes, teacher, sorry.
Yes.
Okay, do not worry. We are very busy. We have plenty of things to do, so I understand, but please, we cannot get behind. All right, so please finish task 2 and 1, and we will be discussing next week. Keep on thinking on the environment because that's the next class topic, environment, and how to create an environment. So then you have to be creative. Remember, active learning, you also have to be creative. Okay, so big kiss, girls, to everyone, and you're ready.
Take care, teacher. Thank you.
Yes, ask it if you need
Thank
to
you,
ask a question. You're welcome,
Yes.
girls. If you need to ask a question, I am
Thanks.
here. You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
girls. So we hope to see you next Monday.
Take care.
See you.
And I need to
See
read
you.
your
Take care.
Bye.
yes. Bye bye. I need to read your
Thank
examples.
you.
Bye bye, girls. Bye bye.